You are damn right I've got a big old smile on my face after watching that. Manchester United professionally dispatching Bournemouth 3-0 at Old Trafford. That's 7-0 in aggregate in our last 3 games. That's 4 clean sheets in the Premier League at home for the first time, I think since like 2017 in succession. Erik Ten Hag has this team playing like they should be against teams like Forest and Wolves and Bournemouth. I'm not saying that this is the measure of, oh, here we go, Man United back. But this is Man United playing with some sort of confident swagger. I went into that game and my prediction was 3-0. I don't want any credit for that. I don't care about it. But that's the sort of confidence that I've got in this team. And I tell you what, we made changes tonight. I don't particularly think that Maguire or Lindelof played, well, they were better in the second half, the first half. I will speak about that later. But United just look like you would expect United to. And that's the biggest compliment I can give this team right now. Something's changing. That's the best way I can describe that. That man there, fucking hell, Graham Souness, just get him sacked. What an absolute whopper of a man. Casemiro, again tonight, just sets the standard. He quickly is looking like he's going to become the best signing that we've made post-Fergie. I'm going to go out on the whim and say that straight away. And Bruno Fernandes has been incredible, but Casemiro just seems, whoa. He just gets better and better and better. I just thought he was a defensive midfielder. He's nowhere near just a defensive midfielder. The goal that he scored there, Martial should have scored from an unbelievable pass from him. And just the complete leader performance from Casemiro. But pretty much everywhere across the pitch there today, we saw leadership performances. Obviously, his, for me, was the one that stood out. And of course, who scored again, though? Marcus Rashford. A wonderful team. Like, if you're looking at that first goal from Manchester United, the first half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour, we were playing. Look, this is my problem with Lindelof and Maguire together. They're too passive. They don't want to take the responsibility of bringing the ball forward. They'd rather point into space and just pass it sideways. And it made United all too predictable. Tempo wasn't there in the first half an hour. And it took a wonderful set piece and a wonderful finish. That finish from Casemiro. Jeez, you're a defensive midfielder, man. You're not supposed to be able to do that. But it took that to open the game up. And then it did open up. And in the second half, the goals that we scored were absolutely phenomenal. Luke Shaw has made centre-back look like his natural position in the last couple of weeks. But then playing in his actual natural position there tonight. What a wonderful goal. Team move from front to back. Shaw is so progressive as a footballer. And you saw it there tonight. Great move. Bruno to Garnacho, back inside Shaw, right foot, no problem. Dispatched. And then Man United making 3. Oh, again, a wonderful ball from Shaw. Bruno Fernandes with the first time. Oh, man. And this is what I mean about something is changing here. In the last 2 games, let me read through these. Newcastle drawing against Newcastle tonight, gaining 2 points on both of them. Brentford beating Liverpool yesterday. Forest drawing against Chelsea. Spurs beating Villa. City drawing against Everton. Newcastle drawing against Leeds. And Brentford drawing against Spurs. All the while, United have just dispatched Forest 3-0. In a game, yes, where we should be doing it, but where we haven't done it in the last few years. And a game where Wolves away is always tricky. It's a battle, but we came on top there because of Marcus Rashford's moment of magic. And then there tonight against Bournemouth, it could have been a game where United came slightly unstuck. Erik Ten Hag took the decision to back his squad, to back making rotations, and it paid off. Another game where United didn't concede. As I said, during all of this madness that's happening around us in the Premier League, we're there confidently dispatching teams. And that puts us at level on points in 3rd. But our goal difference is absolutely abysmal. So we need to certainly improve that. And these sorts of games here, our goal difference has improved by 7 in the last 3. It just feels, that's what I mean. It just feels good, again, to watch United play against lower level teams and just, there you go, just dispatch them. 1-0, all right, cool, make it 2. Nice and comfortable. Stay in second gear. And Ten Hag's been going on about this quite a lot. He's like, the players have got to see games off, so we use less energy. And it feels like United did that today. It was as professional as that performance needed to be. First half an hour, as I said, in my opinion, I think we just more evidence as to why Maguire and Lindelof should never play with each other again. If they're going to be used at any point this season, it has to be Maguire and Varane or Martinez or Lindelof. Because I think Lindelof's actually played quite well with Varane. Put him alongside Maguire, and it's abysmal. Add Wan-Bissaka into that mix as well, and it kind of makes it even worse. But it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. It didn't really hurt United tonight because I'll be honest, Bournemouth were poop. They were. It's why they haven't scored in however many games. It's why they haven't won in however many games. I've got to reverse and go back over that again. What Ten Hag is doing here is just, it's systematic. It's planned. It's carefully crafted. And it's through hard work and determination, week by week, game by game, that the building blocks continue to go on top of one another. In the right, and it's all working. Nothing's out of place. That's what it felt like there tonight. Nothing really, well, apart from Maguire. Nothing, and I'm not picking Maguire out. It's just Maguire and Lindelof together just makes me sick. Just do not like it. And it harks me back to a time I don't want to remember about United. But Casemiro again, just being, I mean, it's just good. It's just good to be having this sort of confidence in a United team. And this is something that definitely is down to Ten Hag's hard graft and work with these players. And Rashford again, scoring again. And a big thing there tonight, I want to say, right? Martial, he didn't have the best of games again. Martial missed that chance, a wonderful cross from Casemiro. But it didn't really matter. Why didn't it matter? Because we had our defensive midfielder, Casemiro, scoring. We had our left back, Luke Shaw, scoring. And Rashford being Rashford. That's what we need to be doing. It's a big thing that's going to help United in the second half of this season is goals from all around the pitch. We can't just be relying on Rashford. We need goals from everywhere. And a goal from Casemiro and a goal from Luke Shaw tonight is a great example of how United can do it and how we should be doing it going forward. Christian Eriksen, that ball, by the way, in that first half, it didn't seem like anything was really going to unlock the door. We were, as I said, we were too tepid, our tempo and our pace wasn't there going forward, and Bournemouth kind of defended easily. But they couldn't stop that ball from Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen looked far better tonight. I loved that. That pass from him was absolutely fantastic. How good was it to see Lisandro Martinez get a round of applause, standing ovation from Old Trafford with his World Cup medal on before the game kicked off, and he got a rapturous reception when he came on for Lindelof 5 minutes to go. I imagine he'll probably start against Charlton, get some time in his legs, and Charlton, because Ten Hag will be putting out a full-strength team for that game. Absolutely, make no mistake. One thing I do want to say, De Gea deserves credit in that game. We don't keep a clean sheet if he wasn't in that team, in my opinion. It was a sort of saves and a sort of performance there where it played to De Gea's strengths, and he really lived up to it. Bournemouth had a couple of chances. Particular one was Anthony, where he just put it over the other side. And it was one of those De Gea saves where he put his hand over the hand in a weird position, but De Gea makes it look easy. Fair play to De Gea. I think we needed him there tonight. Probably a little bit more than we should have needed him. For about 10-15 minutes, Bournemouth got a little bit of a stranglehold in the game until we scored those two goals through brilliant teamwork. But I have to say, I really do feel for Donny van de Beek for that game. I don't particularly think the challenge on him was full of malice. It was a little bit of a slip from a big dude. But if you've seen the picture, like his leg is overextended, his knee backwards. It didn't look good. I'm surprised that he walked off the pitch, if I'm being completely honest, because he didn't want to leave the pitch. You saw that. And maybe that's, I don't know. I feel for him. I really, really do. So I wish the absolute best to Donny van de Beek, that isn't something that keeps him out. But you see those sorts of injuries, especially with ligament stretches and strains and tears sometimes. Those are the sorts of ones that will keep you out for a good while. And United's squad is already thin in attack anyway, but I suppose we've kind of got space there. But focusing on the positives, I'm so happy that this man is our manager. So happy. We're far, far, far from where we want to be. There's still so much work that needs to be done, but I've got so much confidence in the process that we're on, in the journey that we've begun and we've started, and game by game, performance by performance, with Casemiro, with Shaw, Rashford and Shaw, playing so good. And United, as I said, taking advantage of where others have slipped. It's not something we've done in recent years. We've normally just sat there and the opportunities have slipped. That's not what is happening at the moment. That's why it feels a little bit different. And as I said, it was professional. And it was exactly what I predicted. And that's a big compliment to what Ten Hag is doing with this team. And even with changes, that we could still do that. Now, we've got Charlton next. No, we've got Everton next on Friday. Then Charlton in the League Cup. And then City and Arsenal. The next two Premier League games are City and Arsenal. Buckle up, baby. It's about to get serious. But I tell you what, I'm loving watching United at the moment. I'm sure you are too.